Today we're in Dana Point, California at the southern terminus of California's Highway 1, which is often referred to as the most beautiful highway in America. So we're going to take a look at the southern terminus, and also Dana Point is known for having a colony of white squirrels, and we're going to go on a safari and see if we could find those white squirrels. At the southern terminus for California's Highway 1, which is also known as the Pacific Coast Highway, there is a monument for the highway here, and it's designed to look like an old Richfield Oil Tower with the letters PCH on it. California Highway 1 starts here in Dana Point in the south and goes up to Leggett, California in the north. And the part of it that's in central California that goes around Big Sur is often referred to as the most beautiful highway in America. Though the part that's here in Orange County, the part that's officially known as the Pacific Coast Highway, is pretty cool in its own right. They began construction of the highway in 1919 and was originally the Roosevelt Highway, named for Teddy Roosevelt, who died that year. In 1941, the state officially named it the Pacific Coast Highway. And in 1964, when California adopted its numbering system, it became California Highway 1. On the monument, there's an informational sign on the highway's history and also on the history of Dana Point itself. And I mentioned that this monument was designed to look like one of the Richfield Oil Towers. There was a Richfield Oil Tower here from 1928 to 1971, and there were actually 36 of them built between Mexico and Canada, approximately every 50 miles apart. And they were very bright, very tall, and they were designed to help airplanes navigate as they were traveling up the coast. And the monument does have a section giving the history of the Richfield Oil Towers. And here's a map showing where all of the towers were located between Mexico and Canada. So this is pretty cool. I like it when highways have markers or monuments at their beginning and end. And this is definitely a beginning of California Highway 1 monument, as it is only on the northbound side, facing the northbound side of the highway. Located in the same plaza as the PCH Tower is this metal Highway 1 sign. And here is Highway 1 right here. And this isn't actually the southern terminus of Highway 1 right where we're standing. It's actually a little ways in that direction where it intersects with Interstate 5. And right next to the plaza where you'll find the monument and sign is A's Burgers, the very first burger spot you'll find on Highway 1. If you want to know the second burger spot, it's Carl's Jr., which is right across the street. Now that we've seen the southern terminus of Highway 1, let's go on a little bit of a safari and see if we can find the famous Dana Point white squirrels. So we've made it out onto an island in the middle of the Dana Point Harbor, and we're going to try to find the famous colony of white squirrels out here. But before we do that, I want to check out this statue over... Oh, wait a second, what do we have here? Huh. Well, looks like I just found $1 million bill, so I'm rich now. Okay, I was just told that $1 million bill I found wasn't real, so unfortunately no free cars for everyone watching the video today. But I did make it over to the statue of Richard Henry Dana, who is the founder of Dana Point. So here's the statue of Richard Henry Dana. I think if there's ever a statue built of me, I want it just like this. Rugged, no shirt, knife at my side, book in my hand. Yeah, I'm sure he's pretty honored by that. This is one of the toughest statues I've ever seen. This statue was erected in April 1972. Here's the other side of it. And there's another plaque over here says celebrating the bicentennial of our namesake, Richard Henry Dana Jr., 1815 to 2015. There was actually a little kid looking at this a few minutes ago and remarked at how old he was. Obviously this wasn't his his lifetime. He didn't live 200 years. So in 1835, Richard Henry Dana arrived here on the ship the Pilgrim, and he wrote about this place in a book called 2 Years Before the Mast, and that's actually Dana Point over there. He described it as one of the most beautiful places along the coast, and in the 1880s, in his honor, they named the city Dana Point after him. But the reason we've come out to the Dana Point Harbor today is apparently out here there is a colony of white squirrels. Not albino squirrels, but white squirrels. And we're gonna see if we can try to find the white squirrels of Dana Point. So apparently the squirrels live in these rocks along the shore. And we've seen plenty of squirrels so far, but have yet to see any white ones. We've definitely found where their colony is, but they are really camera shy. When we get close to them, they go down into the rocks and disappear. But we are going to see if we can get some better video of them. So far, it's like that game whack-a-mole, where you'll see one pop up, you'll go over to him, and he disappears into the rocks, and then another one will pop up 50 feet away down there. I definitely have some newfound respect for the National Geographic wildlife people who go out and film rare lions and everything, because these are just squirrels and they are frustrating to try to get on film. And I can't even imagine like trying to film a cheetah or some rare animal out in the wild. There's one right over there, just popping his head over the rocks. I'll zoom in digitally, hopefully we'll get a good shot of him. Now I mentioned that these squirrels are not albino. They do retain some coloration, and it's only this colony here that's white. If you go 20 feet in that direction and 20 feet in the other direction, the squirrels are just normal brown squirrels. But right here, there's a colony of white squirrels. And he's really staring at me to see what I'm doing here. So that's our safari to find white squirrels and a look at the beginning of the Pacific Coast Highway in Dana Point. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you next week.